Happy Friday, everyone. Hi, Patrick.
Happy Friday, happy weekend. Weekend soon, only a few hours left.
Yeah.
Market is closed, Labor Day, long holidays we can enjoy.
Yes.
And also Friday, capital preservation, always.
Absolutely. So Monday is bank holiday here in the US, so it's going to be quiet. I think this is a good time. The market is kind of settling down, and today we're going to have a couple of live sessions to end the week. And thank you, everyone, for joining. And as always, please send us a comment if you can hear us or if you have any issues. Before we start, as always, a few seconds of our disclaimer. Great. So it's time to start, guys. Today we're going to have a very interesting session. It's going to be about swing trading. So more like longer term horizons, so not like necessarily day trading, but more like longer term window. We're going to show you what we've developed on the swing trading side. We're going to show you some charts with some levels, and then Patrick, maybe you can share your approach with swing trading by looking at the levels and how you would kind of like look at those, and then we can answer any question you might have. What do you think?
Yes, 100%. Let's go. I'm born ready.
Right. So first of all, we're going to share more information about a swing trading model. So the swing trading model can be found within our Discord server, and we're going to go into Discord in a second. But before we go into, we want to show you what the swing trading model is. So if you haven't seen our previous videos, we're going to spend a couple of minutes just talking about it so that everybody knows the different levels that we're going to look for when we put on the chart. So this is how the swing trading model appears. It's like a chart, very simple chart. It's broken down on two sections. The first section here on the chart is showing you historical price action with the historical levels. Those are the levels that you would have got 5 days before or 20 days before. So it's a two-time horizon that we have, 5 days and 20 days. And then on the right-hand side, you see the level for today. So this section on the right will show you the two levels for the next 5 days or the next 20 days. And then at the top here, you see kind of like a back testing exercise, but we're going to go into more details in a second. So the model is broken down into three levels. We have our upper band, our lower band, and our risk trigger. The upper band is what you see here, is the one that you see in red and will always be at the top of the chart here. So if you see an upper band and you see a red kind of like color, again, we not only is going to give you a volatility band for that period, but it's also going to give you kind of like a bias by looking at the direction. So the swing model, if you haven't looked at our video, and we can show you where to find information. It's our first AI model based on a machine learning algorithm that looks at momentum, gamma, option data, all our different factors, and then kind of like gives you access to two levels, an upper band or a lower band, and a risk trigger. And also it has a component which is a directional bias. So the upper band, we show a bearish bias. The lower band that you see here in green, you will see it at the bottom of the chart, we show you a bullish bias. And if you guys have any questions, please paste them in the comment. We'll answer those during the session. And then we have our risk trigger, which is the white line that you see here. The risk trigger is really like a volatility band that you will see either at the top if a lower band is present, or at the bottom if an upper band is present. So in this case, you can see the risk trigger is at the bottom of the chart. Given that the model also has a directional bias, the risk trigger is also like a very important inflection point. So it could be a resistance or support, but it could also be a point where we could see an accentuation of the trend that we see in the stock. So again, let's go maybe into the charts. So first of all, if you create a free account, you have access to the swing trading course. This is all available here. We have all these lessons that will show you how to use the model. But before we go, let's go into the tool. So we can go within our bot and let's look at some examples. So to bring up the swing model, we can type in swing in the bot. And as you can see, we have a 5-day horizon, so 1 week in the future, or a 20-day horizon, which is 1 month in the future. So if we look at, for example, Apple in this case, here you see the model. Let's make it bigger. You see the upper band, lower band risk trigger. As you can see here right now, as of yesterday, we see a lower band on Apple with obviously a bullish kind of bias. The lower band level is 222.45. The risk trigger is 237.13 for the next 5 days. So those are kind of the levels for the next 5 days. Here you see the historical kind of performance. So this would be the level that you would have got right here. So 5 days after, you see how the price would have closed. We call success when the price of 5 days in the future closes above the lower band or below the upper band. So that means that if the volatility was respected, the price moved within the range, and you could have used those levels to kind of like place your trade, your stops, your targets, and so on. So as you can see, in this case, on Apple, over the past kind of 2 months, the success rate of this model was 84%. We can do the same with the 20 days. So if we type in our 20 days model, we can see the same. So we see our lower band here is 215 and our risk trigger is 244. And as you can see, this is like kind of like the historical price action of the model and the success rate here at the top.
That's good. I have a question for this, Fabio.
Yeah.
For better understanding. So my first question is, can people use the 5-day swing trading model also as what we have in our levels as, for example, 1-day min, 1-day max, to say, okay, that's the 5-day min and that's the 5-day max?
Yeah, so the principle is very similar to the 1-day minimum. So the reason why we developed this model was because when our gamma levels obviously are daily levels, but obviously a lot of our users are more like swing traders, and they also are not like at the desk or in front of the laptop every day or every hour. So they want to have a tool that can give them some sort of direction and some sort of like volatility band with a longer time horizon. So that's why we came up with this model. And similar to the 1-day minimum, 1-day max, you could use this level as upper or lower price bands that you can use in different ways. So first, how can you use this tool? Let's go back to the presentation. So if you are like a swing trader or directional trader, you could basically build a roadmap using the upper or lower band for your upside or downside. So, for example, if the price approaches the upper or lower band, it could be a sign of a potential reversal. If the price breaks above the risk trigger level, it could be like an inflection point, like similar to what you would do with support and resistance level. You could also use it if you are a stock or option trader to also leverage options. You can also, if you are an option trader, you can use this model also to potentially sell credit spreads. So use strategies like credit spreads, iron condors, and so on. So that's kind of also like another use case.
And the next question, what I was having is, how can people, for example, define the risk management based on our swing trading model? Because we change the levels every day, yeah? So the swing trading model is calculating the levels every day. So how we can assist the people in the risk management and in the take profit targets?
Yeah.
So if you're looking back, we see different levels. Today we see different levels. So how they can use this, how they can become a better trader because they're using our levels.
Yeah, so absolutely. So as of now, what you can do within the bot, you can actually look historically, going back up to 5 days on how the levels have changed. So for example, in this case of Apple, we can see, and we're going to show you NVIDIA as well, for example. So let's go actually on the NVIDIA example. So let's take NVIDIA 5 days. So what we can see today, the level was 109.57, the risk trigger is 125, right? So we can go back in time and we can see, for example, that yesterday, the level was a bit higher, 114. And then if we go back to the day before, we see that the level was 115, and this was the day of earnings. And I think we were live, Patrick, and we saw how this 115 level kind of was respected during the earnings. It was also the IO level, and we can show it in the chart as well. But we can also go back in time and see, okay, like how was the model performing ahead of earnings? So for example, this was the 23rd, so like almost a week ago. So the lower band was 118, right? So 5 days in the future, 118. If we look at the price right now, this is kind of the level from the, so this is the same level that we see here. This 118 is this level here from the 23rd.
Yeah, so basically, if you want short the market, so the lower band could be also some take profit area.
Yeah, absolutely.
And our risk trigger, the stop loss, for example.
Yeah, the other thing that we want to monitor is the change in the levels. So from bullish to bearish bias, and we're going to build a screener that will give you access to this change. But like a good example is on Salesforce. So if we see CRM, the ticker. So right now, basically, we see an upper band. So we see, obviously, over the past few weeks, we only saw in the chart, besides only a few points here, the lower band. So now we see an upper band with an upper level of 265 and a risk trigger of 248. But if we go back in time, what's interesting here is that 2 days ago, we actually had a lower band. So we see a shift between a bullish to a bearish bias on this stock. And as you can see, for example, from today, and if we plot the levels into the chart, this was obviously this morning, I believe, no, yesterday, this level was kind of rejecting, and we saw like kind of like a downside momentum starting. And today, I think the company is down 1.5%. So monitoring this shift from like a bullish to a bearish bias can also be helpful when you're placing your trades, when you're placing your stop losses, and so on.
Yeah, and the cool thing is, with our tools from MenthorQ, we can deliver you always a second confirmation. So you as a trader, you have a trading system, you have a trading style, but maybe you're looking for a second confirmation. You won't be sure when you should be take your profit, when you should be, how you should be place your stop loss. You won't be informed about market direction. So this is a nice tool for you, the swing trading model. If you be more short-term swing trading for week, we have the 5-day, or if you want to be more for the bigger time frame, 20-day, of course, we can deliver this also. And I think this is a huge add-on for any trader to have the overview.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this goes in combination to, for example, all the other models. No? So like, I think we had a session this week about how to trade stocks with MenthorQ. You can find the session under our live here in our YouTube channel. So we have a good session that we discussed how to look at the data, the different models. You can combine these swing trading levels with all the other tools that we provide. So for example, if we look at our NetJax chart, we can see basically the net positioning on the stock. We can also see how things might have changed. So as you can see, always look for the green and red bar. You know, the eye will help you understand any potential changes. So we see a lot of green bar from the day before yesterday, and then now we see big red bars opening up at this 250 level. So maybe something is going on. This can be a quick alert. Then you can go on a swing trading level. You can see how basically the market kind of like the level have shifted from a lower band to an upper band. So something is happening here. So it's an alert for you to understand, okay, what's going on with this company? Where are my levels? And then obviously we are working on providing those available to you, so you can actually use them to plot them in the chart. As I'm
and also when you were speaking about the net checks, I think the option matrix is for the people who swing trading very, very important because we deliver you something, and if you open now CRM, you see on your right side the expire expected move. And this is also something what is really powerful to know based on the expiration, how big could be the expected move on, let's say, for 913. Okay, 913, the expected move could be, let me look into it, 13 points. No, 913, 13 points.
13 points.
Yeah. So basically, depend on your time horizon. You can also look into the matrix and say, okay, first, what is the expected move? Then you look in the 5-day swing trading model, how it looks like. So you have many tools as a swing trader, how you can become a better trader when it comes to risk management, when it comes to take profits, when it comes to when I should go into the market, when I should not go into the market. And CRM was one of the biggest stuff what Fabio was showing you. You can plot very soon the levels on your chart on trading view, and this is so powerful if you have on the risk trigger 828 there where we was hit, and this is your entry signal, and you get the confirmation with the upper band 1 day later 829, boom, this is your confirmation for the downside. And what we have, we target the lower bands, boom, that's it.
Yeah. And I mean, also like here is interesting to understand the change. Always look at historical information. So as you can see, this was 828. We were in kind of positive gamma here. We had only 9% of gamma expiring. If we go to the next day, look at how this has changed. So we saw like a big increase in kind of negative gamma positioning here from the day before. So here you can see the change in jacks over the previous days. So 9.52 million, where we see negative jacks increasing there. And as a result, we see a big momentum on the stock over the past 2 days.
Yeah, and also for you as a swing trader, I think personally, this is my personal view. Correct me if you're wrong, Fabio, but I think one of really important aspect is also to look in the CTA data. So what we have, the CTA table index, to get an overview, especially as a swing trader, how the big ones are positioned himself, to get an idea about what's going on in the market. You should always follow the market and never against the market. So this doesn't work very well. And here you get an idea what's going on in the market. And this is very, very powerful also to have a second confirmation for you as a trader.
Yeah. And then, the levels will be available for TradingView. So we're going to give you a preview here, but let's look at, for example, some of the stocks. So look at NVIDIA. Those were the lower band level from the 23rd, so 5 days ago, for 5 working days ago. And here we have the other one. So as you can see, after the earnings, we see the lower band kind of like shifting towards the downside at 109, but we are now in this level of 118 from the 23rd.
And if you be also, if you be long-term investor, if you if you use the levels, so especially the swing trading levels, that's also for you a good sign. If you be on the right side, if you be follow the market, but I want to say also, if you be maybe not a swing trader and you be a day trader or position trader, the levels what we're showing you now also on NVIDIA chart, they have some reason why they're there. So as I said, always looking to the left side, understand the history of the levels to get a bigger picture. And if you have also the swing trading levels on your chart, man, that's so amazing. I know it could be looking like it looks like very overwhelmed. But here's my tip for you. So start first only with the gamma levels. Take out for a moment, please, the levels. So this is your first levels. Map out the levels, what are really important. Build your trading roadmap. Fabio is a good one in this. He can do this in less than 30 seconds, I think. Let's go, Fabio. 30 seconds.
Right.
All right, perfect. And then take out the levels and plot now the swing trading levels. Here we go. You get now also the risk trigger 89829. Let's map this also out. Boom. And then we have a bigger gap, and it shows us directly what is really important now for now. Okay, then we take out everything. We're taking out indicators, and boom, we get a really nice and beauty trading roadmap based on the options data, based on institutional data, based on another data source. So as I said, looking always for a second confirmation as a trader. If you be really good at reading the chart, reading the candles, your trading system works, but every professional trader has always a second confirmation. And this tool will deliver you the perfect second confirmation.
Yeah. Let's look at some more example. In this case, we go back to Amazon. Here, for example, this was Wednesday. We see a really nice bounce back of that lower band level from the 26th, and we also see a nice momentum starting from the lower band from the 23rd, right here.
Yes. And also, if you want, you can connect now, let's say from 828 to 823, your Fibonacci. Boom. Then you get also an hidden area. So you know exactly what is now in the play. And if we're looking into this, boom, we see it directly. And voila, we get it. And the 50% level, so the middle line, is completely in play. It's magic. It works anytime like magic. And this is something what is really nice to have. And it's not only nice to have, I think it's a must have. Because if you have something like this, think about, you need only one good trade, and then any fees will be easily come back, what you pay for MenthorQ. It's not a big one. We show you later the pricing for MenthorQ. It's I don't know. It's like crazy what we offer for you. But with one single trade, my friends, when you take your profits, you have the second confirmations. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You must think always like an investor. So, for example, if you invest now $90 each month, can you bring back the $90 with our tool MenthorQ? But can you bring this back, the investment? And I would say yes, it would be possible. And if you can bring back this and take also more profit as before, perfect. Then we're doing a great job together. So we never working against us. We're working always as a team. So if you also came in our Discord trading room, you will see that we're working always as team. We have a team spirit. And this is something what we will do also with you. We deliver you all our tools, all our levels, because we understand that we're working as team. If you be successful, then we are successful, and that's the only one what's mattered.
Yeah. Let's see if we have any question, Patrick, on the data, on the model. So here is another example on QQQ. As you can see, this was Wednesday. Boom, bounce back of the lower band level from the 23rd.
Yeah. Let us know if you have any questions.
While we get questions, so first of all, everything, all the lives that we're going to do over the next few weeks are going to be here under our live section of our YouTube channel. So if you missed one, or if you want to like watch the other ones that we did, you can find them all the way here. So take a look. Obviously, follow us, give us a thumbs up, and yeah, all the content will be here. And if you want to learn more about the model, again, join us. You can access this course for free. You can also access all our guides. So if you go within your dashboard, we can go under our guides here. And then under products, we have our swing trading model here. And then we have some documentation that would explain exactly what I showed you, some videos, all the different components of the indicator, how the indicator works, how to use it, more videos here, benefits, etc. So everything is explained directly into the website.
Yeah, 100%. And we get one question.
Yeah. All right, Khalid. So yeah, let's look at gold. Good question. So if we go back to the bot, we can type our 20 days GLD, and what we can see here. So in this case, you see the success rate, you see the lower band and the risk trigger. So we have a 222.55 and 243.35. Those are the levels coming from the model here.
Yeah.
And this is available, again, we cover over 1,000 assets. So all these levels are available for any stocks, ETFs, and indices within our coverage. Again, just type in the ticker and you will find it there.
Perfect. And I have also a question. So we ask always the question, okay, what could be a daily routine for any trader? So we was covering this. So if you be a stock trader, if you be a futures trader, if you be an options trader, but I think we was never covering a daily routine for swing traders.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, for the swing trader, I would say, I think we covered a little bit in our previous session, but I would say that what you should monitor is exactly what we showed you in the case of Salesforce, for example. So we saw obviously a big momentum over the past 2 days, maybe a day and a half. Here, we had earnings on Wednesday, I believe it was. So obviously, very important chart is the net JAX chart. This is always the main one that we look for. We look for, again, visual confirmation. Green bar is call gamma. Red bar is put gamma, right? So you want to see how these bars are positioned, what are the top strikes. We can also look at, for example, volume and open interest. So here we can do the same, type in the ticker. We can also see, okay, what's the volume on which strike, and what's the open interest looking like? So is there a lot of call activity, put activity? What are the strike that should be in play? We also want to monitor changes in the matrix. So if we type in the matrix here, we want to read this table and we want to look at different expirations. So if you are like, for example, a 1 month swing trader, right? You want to monitor those expirations that are, at the end of September, for example. You want to see how much gamma is expiring, how much option activity is coming into the market. You can also do the same with our multi-expiration net gamma exposure. So I can type in CRM again here, and now I have 4 charts here. So I'm looking at 4 different expiration. So as you can see, for example, the expiration of this Friday, we see 51% of gamma is expiring. Then we have next week, only 7% of gamma is expiring. But then we want to look at the September. So the third week of September, we have 9% of gamma expiring, and we have some positive gamma here at 270 and a big negative gamma bar at 250, right? And then this is the highest gamma after today's expiration. So very important day to monitor. So if you are looking, at a longer time frame, you need to monitor this expiration. You need to monitor how things have changed for this expiration, and then you can also look further up in the future. And then you can also use more advanced tools like the skew and the term structure. Next week, we're going to talk about option pricing. So please follow that session as well. So for skews, what we are looking for is really the change in pricing of 25 delta calls and 25 delta puts. That will tell you how the market is, is looking at the option. Where are they placing their bids? Are they buying more calls? Are they buying more puts? Is the implied volatility of calls becoming more expensive than puts? So that can give you also sentiment indicator. So if we look at the skew, for example, we have 0 DTE or the next expiration. We have the 1 month and we have the 3 months. So if you are more of a swing trader, you would probably use the 1 month or the 3 month skew. And then what we can see here is we can open up CRM and look at this. We see a big shift over the past few days, right? So we see in this case the calls are becoming now more expensive. So we see a big change in the implied volatility of calls. Look at the spike here. We can also look at the 3-month skew. Yeah, same picture. Something has happened over the past few days. So all these models can alert you, hey, maybe I need to do more research if I'm looking at this company, or maybe I want to learn more about it. And then obviously the next step would be to have all those levels in the chart, being able to look at the bigger picture. As Patrick was saying, always look to the left, look at the history. Are we in an uptrend? Are we in a downtrend? Where can I place my targets? Where can I place my stop?
Yeah. That's correct. And also, as I said, for me, if you're asking me what would be my daily routine, I would go first to the CTA table, because this is something I came from the institutional world. I'm working with investors, but as you know, I'm retired now. But this is something what is for me the most important thing: how institutionals are placing his trades. How are they positioned? Did they taking out something from the market, or are they taking in something into the market? If they taking out something from the market, I will request myself what they seeing, what I'm not seeing, what information they have, what I possible not have, how they interpretate news, what I maybe not interpretate, and what earnings events will be maybe come, or what economic events will become. Or is there something happened in the world where they have to be worried about to take out some risk? And if they taking out some risk, and this is also some question for me as a swing trader, did I follow this? Did I should also take out something from my exposure? Yes or not? But this is an individual question. So this is what I mean. Second confirmation, CTA table. That's one of my big thing. And the second one where I will this is the options matrix. I will always looking into the options matrix. I will see if I see some change from day to day to day. If we have positive gags, negative gags, positive DAX, negative DAX, how is this forming? How is the gags between the DAX? What's going on? And most important is to see, because I'm a swing trader in this moment, on what expiration date is the change. Which expiration day have the most change? Where they take out partials. So as we can see in the gag, so they're taking out on 8:30 and 9:20 in this example. So, okay, be aware, 9:20, they're taking out something. Very important for me, and also the expire expected move. Second part. Then going into the swing trading model. Is there something what can confirm what I was seeing? CTA table, options matrix. Is this also confirmed from the swing trading model? Because as you can see, we have also the success rate at the top, where you can see how good the system is working. That's the back testing system. And if we have a good success rate, this would mean, okay, this is my confirmation, what I was seeing in the CTA table, what I was seeing in the options matrix. Boom, then I have something. And last but not least, let's look in the net checks. Let's look at this. If we see maybe some range, is there some range building? Not in the all expiration, so I would be more on the multi expiration, because this is something what I as a swing trader would be more prefer, because then I can see what's going on, how is this changed on the time horizon, and also from what price levels we're speaking. So at the moment we see the highest price level on the expiration date 8:30, for example, 272.50. But if we're going down to the left side, to the last one, on 2025 117, we target 310. 2024 920, we target also 310. So my question is, okay, let's look into the analyst targets. So is there some changes in the analyst shutouts? Did they also change his appointment? Did they target also 310? Did we see some price change in there? Is there also some confirmation in what the options data will deliver? Because we will not see the 310 if there will nothing be. So for this reason, also looking into this bigger time frame, and for the net checks, my friendly advice will look to the analyst price targets if you see some confirmation in the net checks. If you see this, boom, second confirmation, analyst targets. And then if you have access to the analyst targets, read also why they target these areas. And then you get a nice big picture from the market. So you should be able with MenthorQ to read the market. We will give you some information how you can find blind areas where you have to be look into it, where you maybe not see, or maybe you will never thinking about this could be possible. And then, of course, my last one will be the skew, but to the bigger picture, to see the premium is what is now in the place. Is this more puts, more calls? What is more cheaper? What is more expensive? And this would be my last one. And then I think if I'm doing this, it will be take maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes if I'm taking some research in the news or something like this. 5-10 minutes each day, and you will be informed like crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. So the goal obviously is really to give you access to quality data, quality model that can simplify all these analyses, right? Think about how long would it take you to look at all the option chain, put everything together, like look at the change historically, right? So we do all that for you. It's very simple via the bot, very easy. You can go back in time, you can see the shift. And then the most important part is really you can plot those levels directly into your chart. Together with gamma levels, you can have those here. So those would be more like daily levels, and then you can have the swing levels as well for longer time frame.
And very, very soon, you have also the blind spots on any ticker. So for this reason, it's you get 3 powerful tools. But let's make an example, and I will promise I was not looking into this, but I was seeing yesterday that the highest price target from an analyst on NVIDIA was 165. So can we see something in the net checks that confirms the 165? The multi-expire. $149, $158. So they're going to 158. 165 was the highest. There was also a little bit other ones was target different stuff. But if you're looking, this is what I was saying to you. An analyst shut out a price target. What I was doing as a swing trader is I will be first thinking like 165 NVIDIA. Okay, crazy. Let's double check. Let's double check it and let's prove if the net checks multi-expire will be also confirmed this. And yes, it's confirmed. The multi-expire confirmed this. So that's not bullshit what he was saying. It's confirmed at the moment. It could be changed any day, but at the moment it would be confirmed.
We can also look at the matrix, and if you open up the chart, we can also look at the levels for the different expirations. So if we look at, for example, here we have, always look at the gamma expiring. So this is a January expiration. So we have 12% of gamma in this expiration and 20% of open interest. So a big chunk of option data, of option volume is in January. And then you can see our core resistance is now at 150. The put support is 95. And the IVO level is 107. So again, this 150, 160, if we scroll down, we have a 228 for December. Okay, this is 2026, so this is further up in the future. But as you can see here, you can see the different levels that are exactly the same ones that you see here.
Yeah. And then if you came back tomorrow, so what should be your homework? So tomorrow, of course, it's weekend. We have Labor Day. But if you came back on Tuesday, what should be your first work if you be a swing trader for NVIDIA and you were seeing the target 165? We were speaking now about where we have the 150. We're looking again in the expiration date. So we're looking again, no, in the options matrix, sorry. Here we go. We have the 150 the first time on January 17. Boom. And this is something what we should be monitor. What is the change? What is the GAX change? What is the DEX change? If the call resistance is changed, if the put support is changed, if the high wall is changed. This would be always what I will be looking for as a swing trader, very closely. How is the change? And that's so amazing. If you have tools like this, where you can easily clicking and boom, you get the information. Amazing.
And the other thing I would say also, we have our screeners. So always look at the screeners. We have gamma screeners, we have gamma level screeners, we have open interest screeners, volatility, volume. So like even within here, you could find very interesting results of companies that you might want to monitor, you might want to do an analysis on. So for example, if I come here, I want to look at my core resistance screener, and now I can get a list of companies. So Apple, for example, is near the core resistance. So maybe I want to go back into my chart and I want to look at, okay, let me monitor what's going on in Apple. And then as we can see, we have kind of like a pullback from this kind of area here, which is also very close to our risk trigger from the 23rd. There's a big concentration here around this level. So again, map it out on your chart and monitor that if you're interested in that company. come back to our data, look at the models, look at what's changing in the option market. And again, a few minutes a day, that's all you need. And you can get really good insights. Let's open it up for questions.
Yeah, if you have any questions.
So
Otherwise, I have a question for Fabio, but you are first. You are more important than me.
No questions so far. Send me your question, Patrick. I love your questions.
Okay, so thank you for the nice words. My question, and I think that's also really important for the community, how they can find maybe trade ideas with MenthorQ.
Yeah, I mean, trade ideas. So, I mean, there's different ways, of course, right? First step is really, we show the option screener. So this is, again, filtering out companies using different quantitative factors, like in this case, highest change in JAX, highest change in DAX. So you want to monitor the changes in the option market, right? This could give you some idea of like, hey, something is happening on the company, and maybe you're monitoring that company. So even better, because you're familiar with what's happening. But then also, like, I would say, using the data that you get here, you can find a really interesting idea. So always look for the shift in data. So as we showed you with Salesforce, something changing, something shifting, those are very important points. But you can do the same with the market. So like, let's imagine that you want to understand if the market is bullish or bearish, right? I can use my swing levels on indices, ETFs, right? So if we look at the SPX, for example, like in this case, we are on a bullish bias, but if we look at the QQQ, we see a different picture. So again, like monitoring kind of like this data can then help you then, okay, where is the direction? Going back to what Patrick was showing about the CTA's model, where is the market kind of moving? Where are the flows moving? And then you can kind of narrow it down on the single companies, on the single asset. If you're looking at futures, if you're looking at different assets, you can also do that. So yeah, I would say there's a lot of tools, and we are here to help you. So
yeah. And my last question: what is your most favorite model tool for MenthorQ for swing traders?
So I would say, yeah, I would say number one, I would always look at the net JAX. We built this chart to make it as simple as possible and to visualize as simple as possible. So here I can immediately visualize in like 10 seconds, what are the strike prices that I should be aware of it? What to the upside, these two here, to the downside. So I already know if I'm holding this company, oh, damn, I bought it at 100, and I need to be paying attention to this 114 and maybe like look at this 130. So obviously, as a swing trader, you can look at this data and you can see, okay, like those are the strikes that I should really pay attention to. Then we build the swing model to help you not only get a sense of where the level could be 5 days, 20 days in the future, but also like the bias, like the sentiment, the trend. So always look for a green, red, the changes. Like this could help you really understand, okay, maybe something is shifting, right? And then also confirm with the picture. So for example, we have a green bar, so lower band on the SPX, but we have an upper band of the QQQ. So the tech sector is under pressure, right? So here we can see the data here. So we can go back and we can look at, for example, our liquidity snapshot, and we can see a picture where the QQQ is in negative gamma currently, but the SPX is actually in positive gamma. So what does that mean? Like, is there a divergence between the two? So monitor that, look at your position, look at this data point, and look at correlation. I think is very important.
And also, ladies and gentlemen, any questions for myself? Squeeze me as usual at the end of the day or end of the presentation. So we have a second presentation today. But also a big shout out because at 5 p.m. when we have our next session, it's the bar by bar analysis. I was called my trading buddy Steve. I say, hey Steve, you have to show up, and he will show up. He will speak about his trades, what he take, and we will going bar by bar, taking some insights from him. I will squeeze them as usual. I will give also what I seeing, and also on Tuesday, after the Labor Day, when the market is open, me and Steve, we will also be coming live again for a really great session. So it's a trading buddy session because everyone knows the story between me and Steve, who will follow us here on the YouTube channel. Me and Steve, we was trading very, very long time together as trading buddy, and we want to show you how it works if you're working with a trading buddy, if you're working with a team. So what the other people see, how you can help each other, and this is something what we want to provide you and what we are showing you. This will be an amazing week. Next week we have an amazing session at 5 p.m. But let me know your question. If we don't get any question, Fabio, I can't believe it, but you get the last question.
Okay, let's go. No question so far.
Then your question for me, Fabio.
My question for you.
Yeah.
When you were trading stocks, like what was your kind of like time horizon? What was your strategy, and what were the things that you were looking for? Like I know that now you are focused you were focused now that you're retired, but you spent your initial part of your career trading stocks. Can you tell us what were the things that you were looking? How did you like approach trading for stocks?
Yeah, so as everybody knows, I was a day trader. It's swing trading. I was not focused so much on swing trading because I have always in my mind the risk from the swing trading. So I was loving this to close my position on any day, to know if this was a good day, it was a bad day. This is something what I was really loving. And second, for what stocks I was looking for. So I was looking for stocks who were in the news. Therefore, I was watching. I have tools where I can watch the news, how they react to the news, and then in my second part, when I was more experienced, I have a watch list. So I was focusing on Tesla as many other ones. I was focused on Apple, everybody's darling, Microsoft, and I have a focus list. So focus only on the three stocks so that I become an expert, that I know exactly how they move. But this is a shift as in your trading career. So first you're making, I will say, stupid things. You're looking to so much stuff, and then you get the FOMO. You miss something because you was looking to one stock, and you was thinking in the opening, boom, this will be going crazy. But then, boom, it was another stock were going crazy, and you missed this. And then it was going very quick in the other stock, then it came down, and sometimes you're doing stupid mistakes. This is why I was happy that someone was guiding me to say, hey, Patrick, it's much more important that you be a specialist, that you specialize in few assets and focus on this so that you know exactly what's going on in the market. And also in the moment where I was more focused on the stocks, what I was saying to you, I become more interested in how the world is working. I was more understanding about the economic. I was more understanding about the earnings. Before, I give a shit about this. But now I know exactly how important this is. And should I say something what is really crazy? So everybody knows I'm a German, but I'm more informed what's going on in the US, about the economic in the US, about the companies in the US, how they perform. But if you're asking me about, hey, What's political going on in Germany? I have no idea. What are the CPI data in Germany? Basically, no idea. You can ask me about the US. I can give you any answer. But for me, in my country or European, no idea. That's so crazy. So then you realize how focused you really are. So that your market is there, and that's it.
All right. Thank you, Patrick. So I think we have a few minutes left. I don't see any other questions. Please let us know if you have. Again, we'll give you our contact details. So if you have any question for us, send us an email, info@mentorq.com. You can find us here. This is our website. And for those who are watching live and you want to join and you want to start using the data that we showed you, there's a Labor Day promo going on this weekend. So use the code LIVE25. Try it out. You can try it out for 7 days and use the code and you get a 25% discount on all our membership. So it's a good value to have.
Yeah, and because we have again 4 minutes, I would say, Fabio, maybe you can go in our Discord channel to say that the people can look what's going on in our channel. Let's look in the member success, what we have today. Members posting his success, how they was performed with our levels. So congratulations, big shout out to you, Joey, that trader, Ben, yeah, everyone who posting his success. Amazing what you are doing. I appreciate this. And also, let's looking into the trading structure where Doc is and Punk Landia. Amazing what you are doing. You're doing a fantastic job, champs. Amazing. We have also every day the SPX daily call. Marco, Tim. I was saying I give him. He is the MenthorQ Bloomberg terminal. So he's crazy. He knows many stuff. He's amazing. Highly big respect. Big shout out to you. And also we have Steve. He's doing also a great job. He shows what he's seeing in the market. He becomes your trading buddy. He will be also live at 5 p.m. And then I think also let's look in the premium support only as that you can see how fast we react. So people asking us questions and you will get most of the time the answer in less than 1 hour. So it's not like that you have an issue and you have to wait so long. No, if there's some issue, we can fix this because most of the time there's something with the indicator, what you was not understanding. So we help you that you become the right setup, everything is set up. That's perfect. We have the trading chat. There's the main, that's the hurt. There's where the community beat are. So where they speak about what's going on in the market, what they see, what they trading, and it's amazing. And I love the community. Every time when I read this, that's amazing. That's crazy. Pablo, big shout out to you. You was delivered today. Really big content. Crazy stuff, Pablo. Amazing. Also for your time, what you spent with us. It's very powerful. Thank you, Pablo. Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you, Patrick, for all your insights, all the live we're doing. Again, I think it's important to share your experience, given that you have over 20 years experience in trading, professional trading, incredible results. So having you as a resource is very important. But at the same time, we also have a team of traders here that can also support you, right? So we have different, as Patrick mentioned, different styles, different strategies. If you're looking at iron condor strategies, we have a room for that. If you're looking at scalping, there is a room there as well, options and so on, futures. And we also have all our live sessions. So please come to us again today at 5, and then we're going to come back next week with some really interesting session. We're going to have the ones with Patrick and Steve. We're going to have some session about option pricing and the risk management, very important. Ryan is going to be in charge of that. Ryan is an ex-market maker, so he's going to show us how he looks at risk when he's looking at an option portfolio. This is on Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. sign up for this one. Is a very good one.
Yeah, and the most important thing, if you sign up, write down your question, what you ever have about risk management, how a market maker works. So make sure that you squeeze them like a market maker. So ask any questions what you have. It's so important.
Yeah.
That's your deal where you can speak with a market maker and can ask questions. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
All right.
We are at the hour. We're 1 hour, right? So thank you, Patrick. Have a great weekend. Well, we'll see you in a few hours. But for you guys, thank you for your time, and have a great long weekend, and hope to see you later or next week.
Yeah. Bye, team. See you, champs.